Hello Taurus, welcome to your July reading. I'm going to be doing a few different spreads for you, and if you hopefully don't hear the music, my neighbors are still partying. It's past midnight, but I'm loud and having fun. Hopefully you don't hear the noise though. Anyways, so I'm going to be doing a few spreads for you. I'm going to be doing a horseshoe spread, which does your past, present, and future 3 to 4 months out. Then it has a 12-month outcome. If you choose to stay on the same path that you're on today, I'll be doing a relationship spread. If you have a specific person in mind, I will then do some oracle cards from spirit to get a bird's eye view of your romantic situation. And I'll pull cards from your person if you're out of contact with your person and you want to know what they're thinking, what's on their mind. And then finally I'll pull some like angel advice cards for you at the end. This kind of lined up on camera. And I did shuffle these off camera, but I shuffled them once or twice on camera for your viewing pleasure. I'll do this one too. And just take note that I'm pulling these as a temperature check, seeing what's on the situation. These cards are not advice right now. They're just trying to figure out what's going on. Alright, Taurus. So this is your horseshoe spread. It's kind of there. You got your past, present, 3 to 4 months future. We got you in a nutshell. We got your environment. We got your hopes and or your fears. And we got your 12-month outcome here, Taurus. So let's see what we've got here. So the King of Swords. Between the king, queen, or the page or the knight, the kings and the queens are the most evolved, the most mature, the most on the ball ones. They tend to be marriage material people. The King of Swords is the king of Libra. He's the card of Libra in astrology layout. So Libra is a card of being fair, balanced. It's a card of beauty. Fair-minded, justice, equality, and since he's an air card, it's like a mental clarity. Ironically, as I'm struggling for the words to say it. So I mean, it looks like within your romantic life, you have a clear head now, which is a good place to be, in your past. Because a clear head gets you places. Also within your past, we got the Graces, festivities upside down, which is the 3 female figures, holding each other. And then we got let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally, and it's a picture of like kind of a man looking kind of suspiciously at a woman with her son or child. And there's some angels in the background. It's kind of like looking on at what's going on. So I mean, yeah, you might have a clear head, but you might also not be putting yourself out there. You're not going to parties. You're not having fun with friends. Probably not doing too much socially with the 3 Graces upside down. Perhaps you're trying to control the situation too much, at least in your past. You're trying to find a specific type of person, and you're being too specific about it. Maybe you're looking for the person with a certain pay level or a certain look, and it's really limiting your options. If you're in a coupled relationship, it could be that there just are control issues that you have, or it could be the person inflicting them on you because this is a past situation. It could, we're just interpreting it to see what's going on. So your present situation, we got the Tower upside down, we got Uranus, remoteness, and we got past life relationship. You have known each other before. A strange combination of cards, indeed. Let's see. The Tower is normally about something shocking, earth-shattering. It's upside down, so maybe the shock is finally over within your romantic. Like, there might have been a major change and you're finally starting to come to terms and accept it. Uranus is typically a card where you're in no contact with a person. You're completely far away from them. The card of Uranus, he leaves Earth, he leaves Gaia on a nightly basis and goes off into the far distant stars. So yeah, you could be in a situation where that your person is just completely far away from you. And typically, from what I felt when this card comes from my spreads, it's like a no contact situation. There could have been a fight and you're both, needing to cool down. The interesting part of that is you got this past life relationship showing up here too. So someone from your past might be kicking around in your present situation. Typically, I don't see these as past life. Literally, I see them as someone from your past, like maybe from college, someone from a previous job, someone who you had a romantic interest, maybe nothing quite developed before, or it could be full-on boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, whatever, that's coming around. So while the person you were trying to work it out with is completely out of the picture right now, there might be someone else trying to fill that void because they know you're finally single. So your 3 to 4 month future here, Taurus, we got the moon reversed, we got Aries, warmongering, and we got retreat. It's time to get disconnect from the world. So this is a heated situation coming up in your future, but luckily now that you're looking at your future, you could change the situation, steer it in a different direction. With the moon reversed, there could be some sort of secret revealed that maybe you weren't ready for, you didn't want to hear. It could be one of your secrets, it could be one of your person's secrets. It's probably not going to be pleasant to learn it. You could be dealing with trying to contend with your shadow side, your darker side, your darker nature. It's part of you too, so you can't necessarily deny it. With the Aries warmongering, there's probably going to be a fight. Luckily you didn't get, the Wands card here too, but yeah, there's probably going to be some sort of fight. Something's going to be said, something's going to be done. It's not going to be pleasant, and it might be related to whatever secret that gets revealed. The fight breaks out. And it looks like because there's a fight, instead of you wanting to actively participate in the fight, you're just going to pull back and let everyone else figure out the drama, and you're just going to go rest and retreat somewhere else in nature. You don't need to be part of it. You might even literally go on a camping trip or go into a park or something to get away from the people. You could just get off social media and disconnect from ways where people can talk to you and try to lure you into the fight that's going on within your romantic sphere. So this is you in a nutshell right here, Taurus. We got the 10 of Cups reversed, and we got the Morai, the future. So it looks like you are actually not doing too well. You feel kind of disappointed, unhappy, unfulfilled in life, in your romantic department. Which, I guess would make sense, because if your person that you want to be with is in no contact or away from you right now, that would make sense that you're not too happy right now. It looks like you're not looking forward to the future. You might be kind of depressed, wanting to go back to better times that used to be, and not necessarily optimistic about good times coming in the future. So this is your environment right here, Taurus. It's not necessarily something you can control. For example, if it's raining outside, you could choose to put on a raincoat and go out anyways, or you could stay inside, but the rain is just the fact of what's going on in the environment. So for you, in your romantic environment, we got the Page of Swords, and we got the Hydra challenges. Neither is very conducive to trying to find love. So if you don't have love, it's not necessarily your fault. The tides are not in your favor. People might be, so between the page, the knight, and the king and queens, the page is the most childish. He makes the most mistakes. He thinks before acting, or he thinks, it's a sword, so he thinks before saying, before communicating. The things he says are not very pleasant. They might be too sharp, not fully thought out, and once they say them, they might even regret them. So there's probably a lot of, it could be, again, gossip or something going on. You got higher challenges, so there could be fighting among your romantic spheres. So if there's some sort of gossip or drama, if the people are fighting and they're not, getting along, that's not conducive to anyone finding any sort of relationship. So you're welcome to go out and try to find love if you want, but it's going to be a very uphill battle. So for you, Taurus, we got your hopes and or your fears. We got the 7 of Pentacles, and we got Icarus and experience. So it looks like one of your fears, Taurus, is being kicked out, being tossed out. It's not necessarily the context of this card, but that's actually his father looking at the boy falling out. But it always looks like he's being tossed out from this guy over here, out of context of the story. It looks like that's what you feared, getting kicked out, being abandoned, or perhaps just going too far and, hurting yourself. It does look like you have a hope, though. You have a hope for having a stable relationship where money is not an issue. You could even be hoping for, sometimes I'll see this as a fertility, because it's like an egg coming out of the legs. You could be hoping that you're still going to be able to make a baby when you do find that person. Or it could just be hoping that you have a well-padded nest with your partner and have stability. Taurus does like stability. It's an earth sign and it's sort of like Venus, so it likes having its things and good-looking stuff too. So your 12-month outcome here, Taurus. We got the Knight of Cups reversed, and we got Prometheus Cunning. So, this Knight of Cups could be one or two different things. It could be someone coming back with an apology after, being distant. Or it could be someone just holding back their emotions and failing to make an offer that you thought was going to happen. That's paired here with Prometheus Cunning. Humans love Prometheus because humans got fire from Prometheus, but he also made a conscious, meticulous effort, deliberate effort to steal fire from the gods. He became buddy-buddy with Zeus with the intent of stealing fire, and once, he got the trust of the gods, he stole the fire and gave it to humans. So, there could be some sort of, some air of manipulation, but for wanting the greater good, or at least the good for their team, or the good for their point of view. It could be not necessarily good from your point of view. That happens in the future. So there could be some sort of discord on what is fair and what was lie, what was deceptive in your 12 months future. And that could be why, someone tries to make an offer and it's a miss, because it's not the best offer. It wasn't the offer that came from the heart. It was kind of deceptive. Alright, so let me put these cards together, shuffle them, and get ready for your one-on-one relationship reading. Alright, Taurus, I shuffle these off camera, but I'll do it once on camera too. So we're going to do your one-on-one relationship spread. It could be any person, technically. It could be your boss, your cousin, your friend, but I will read it as your romantic partner or interest. So on the left side is you, on the right side is typically your person, and then we got your past shared energy, present shared energy, and future shared energy in the relationship. Alrighty, so on the left side, so it looks like you, Taurus, is the one who's bringing the sneakiness to the table in this relationship. Again, like I said, Prometheus was the person who stole fire from the gods to give it to humans, but he also kind of deceived Zeus to let his guard down before it could be stolen. It looks like you are kind of thinking about the better times, the past, with the Six of Cups here. So yeah, I guess that is what it is. Your person's side, an interesting combination. We got the Page of Wands, and then we got Hermes' journey upside down. So your person, it looks like they feel like they're starting a new journey, kind of a fresh start, and they're just in the beginning of their journey. So maybe they're wanting to start over, or wanting to do something new or different in this relationship, which is interesting because you got Hermes' journey upside down. So maybe they're wanting to take that first step, but they're not actually taking the first step. Maybe once they look at the big open field, they're like, man, that's a lot of work to go all the way over there. So they're not quite sure if they want to do that work, because moving takes energy. The past shared energy for you. We got Hygeia, good health. We got the Two of Pentacles, and we got trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So it looks like in the past, I mean, you might have had a healthy relationship and there was trust in the situation. You trusted each other. It looks like there could have been some sort of decision that was made in the past. It could have been a decision about money, about balance, but it looks like it was probably the relationship was fairly balanced, because he kind of has like, two different pentacles he's juggling, but he's not dropping them. So it looks like in the past things were pretty good. Present situation is looking kind of different. We got Icarus coming out again. So in the relationship, someone might feel like they were kicked out to the curb. We got Icarus upside down. We got a Six of Swords, and then we got codependency upside down. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. The Six of Swords is typically out moving away, moving on, moving into calmer waters. So if there was turbulence in the relationships, the calmer waters would be moving away from the person to find your calmer waters, not any other person who's splashing around. Sometimes it could be, whatever fighting was happening is coming down, but it's probably not so much that case in this scenario, because it kind of, with this Icarus where he looks like he's getting tossed aside, it's probably like someone's moving away from the other. There could be a factor of codependency. Maybe they're trying to move on because they don't want to be in a codependent relationship, or you don't want to be in a codependent relationship, and they feel like it's the healthy choice for them. This card's a little confusing because it has codependency, but then it has also addiction, so it's kind of like, which one is it? But so if there wasn't codependency, maybe there was addictions, alcohol, power, drugs, whatever, that they didn't want to be a part of, or you didn't want to be a part of, and someone's moving away until someone can possibly fix themselves, or just not be near that, because they can't control what you do, or you can't control what they do. They can only control what they do for themselves, and that's not to be near that kind of stuff. So the future relationship, it looks like there will be fighting. There's going to be challenges. Each time you try to fix something, there's going to be another challenge that comes up, especially if there's some sort of addiction. You might think it's finally over, and then it kind of comes back again. someone might be holding on to something that they shouldn't be, holding on really tightly. They're not ready to let go. They might be afraid of being alone, or afraid of the change, because whatever has happened hasn't killed them so far, and they'd rather stick to the devil you know instead of changing things. It looks like within the relationship, one of the people might not be giving the relationship a chance, because we got here, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership, but it's upside down, so it's like it's not happening. Someone is not giving that a chance. They're not wanting to put in the work. Maybe they're exhausted because each time they try, there's another challenge that pops up. Alright, Taurus. So next I'll pull some cards, oracle cards from Spirit, to get a bird's eye view of the situation. See if there's any other information you need to know for your romantic life. Ooh, okay. Alright, so this is what we got for you, Taurus. Typically when these are upside down, I'll either interpret that as the opposite of, or to the extreme, depending on the context of the card and the other cards around it. You're welcome to take one or the other interpretation as you want. So we got addiction, and addiction is affecting this relationship, and we did just see that codependency addictions are affecting the relationship, so it looks like it is an addiction. Abundance. You've done the work, abundance flows to you now. So perhaps the other person might be feeling the addiction, and you have all the abundance on your side. Denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. So it looks like perhaps one of you guys is in denial, or might be in denial about being in denial, or might have realized the denial. It's kind of interesting. Release. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. So you might be in a situation right now where you have released, it's kind of out of your control. You're just trying to see how it plays out. Warning. Reversed. Don't dismiss the red flags here. So it could be that you might actually be not seeing the red flags in the situation, especially if there's an addiction going on. Sometimes when people love people, they'll kind of make excuses, or not want to offend or hurt them by pointing out their flaws. We got past life love reversed. Your soul remembers this intense connection. I think you did have a past life card come out in one of your spreads. I think it was yours. So I mean, it could be that there's just someone else from your an ex-lover that's kicking around, trying to see if they can make another connection with you. True love. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. So it looks like, at least between one of you guys, there is real love, and it looks like there's chemistry. The attraction you feel is mutual. We got unavailable upside down. This person is unavailable to give you what you deserve. So I'm gonna take that to the extreme. If they have an addiction, then they can't even help themselves at this point. They can't give you anything. Here and now, upside down. Your true love is already part of your life, but I'm gonna say since it's upside down, it's probably not. They're not here. I don't know. I mean, if you feel like they are here because you have this true love card out, but it might not be the person you're thinking it is. Maybe it's a past life person. Maybe it's not this person that's having an addiction issue. Or the past life person be coming around just to see if they get sex from you. We got strictly sexual. This connection is passionate but not enduring. I'm going to probably say not, because they could probably find sex somewhere else if they wanted to. So maybe the sexual card might be from the person you're thinking of. Longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. So that's probably the past life person. Okay, so let me pull these cards aside, and then we can pull cards from the person you're thinking of if you're out of contact with the person. Trying to get this many, but okay. Alrighty. So again, when it's reversed, I'll take that as the opposite of, or maybe to the extreme. Like they just wanted to highlight it. Reversed. I need to focus on healing. They probably do if they have addictions. I'll agree to that. Reversed. I want to tell you something so much. Probably if you're out of contact. Yeah, you probably do. I don't know what to say. Okay, so I'm going to take this actually as an opposite of. So they probably don't want to talk to you. They don't want to tell you so much, so they don't know what to say. Or maybe, yeah. So then we got reversed. I remembered every detail of that day. So maybe they moved on. They've already forgotten it. They have other things to think of. So many things remind me of you upside down. So probably, again, they don't think about you too much. As cold as it sounds, I mean, that's just what the card seems to say. You came closer than anyone. Okay. I'm sorry to understand our connection. I do love you. Interesting. Sometimes people might think that it's better to leave you alone if they love you versus trying to hurt you again. They don't want to risk hurting you. I'm sorry I criticized you. Please forgive yourself. Thank you for making amends. You can break generational patterns. And since this is in the context maybe of the addiction, it could be you can break the addictions versus generational. Maybe you could just break patterns. I'm going through a life review. Perhaps they're trying to figure out what they need, what's best and healthy in their life. The sense and the blinking lights are me upside down. So maybe they're saying that maybe they're trying to send you some signs from a spiritual perspective. I want to start over. Your intellect, what's that saying? Your intellect arouses me, but it's upside down. So either they're sapiosexual and it really does, or they don't really care about your mind and they just care about your body. Let's see. And then upside down on the card, I can't be with you right now. So perhaps they're in a situation where they're not sure what to say. They're kind of feeling guilty. They love you, but they're just not sure what to do, and they're trying to fix themselves first before they come and start slaying over. Okay, so let me see. Next, I will pull some cards from my own deck to see if there's anything else that's relevant or helpful to you. Alright. So I clear out that stuff. We'll do your next set of oracle cards from the person you're thinking of. Kind of a lot now. Alright. So again, when these are upside down, I'll take these as the opposite of or to the extreme, depending on the context of the cards. And I wasn't trying to pull this many, but it just seemed like I needed to pull another one and then another one, so that's what we got. Okay. So many, I probably won't interpret them all. Hopefully they pretty much say what they mean. Reversed. I gave you everything, so maybe they held back something. You were too slow. Okay. Upside down. So maybe they thought you were too fast. I need BDSM. It's upside down, so it could be that they don't want it or they really want it. We'll see what else comes up that might help. Upside down. I want to see you. So maybe they don't want to see you right now. I am passionate. Probably not passionate right now. Time heals all wounds. I don't have those feelings for you. Which is kind of funny. So maybe they don't have feelings of anger, but they still love you. Okay. I am difficult to please upside down, so that could be that they're really difficult to please. My family is important to me. I want to see the truth. Let's see, submit to me, upside down. So maybe they might have some sort of power dynamic that they're wanting to communicate here. I am just playing the field, upside down. So perhaps they want to take things seriously. I don't know. Or it could be they're really are just playing the field. I need more spice. Maybe they do want BDSM. Let's see. My friends don't approve. So, I mean, it seems like their friends might not like their relationship, or they don't like that you're taking them away if they're in a relationship. We got put a ring on it, upside down, so perhaps they're not ready for commitment, even if they love you. Approach me. So, maybe if you're out of contact, they're kind of expecting you to talk to them. I don't love myself. Reversed. I am sure I am not good enough. I'm not sure I'm good enough. So I think they're probably not thinking they're good enough. I hesitated. I couldn't make a choice. And reversed, I want a divorce. So they probably don't want to be separate from you. So this is kind of a confusing wide array. Maybe some of these cards might stand out to you. Maybe not all of them, since it's a general reading. Hopefully the ones that make sense to you and your backstory, will click with you. Alright, next Taurus, let me pull some Angel Oracle cards for you. Let me see. Okay. And I shuffled this, so that came out anyways. Okay. So we got Courage. Archangel Ariel. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Dolomite. Stay strong in your faith. A positive outcome is dependent on you keeping a positive mindset. That's pretty much you manifest what you believe will happen. Okay. We got codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. We got let go. Walk away from the situation in order to resolve it. And this is from the job or hobby deck, career deck, but it seems like pretty much advice for a relationship kind of advice. And we got Artemis, purity. Let me read Artemis for you. Artemis is known for her ravishing beauty too. Okay, so we got Artemis, the myth. Artemis, twin sister of Apollo, is a daughter of Zeus and Leto. She is the goddess of the moon, the wild, nature, and women. Artemis carries a golden bow and arrows, for she is found in the wild parts of the natural realm and is a protector of all that is pure. She is referred to as the Virgin Goddess because her mind will never let her be owned by another. She is pure and whole within herself. And the message. The external world often seeks to civilize us. We learn to work and be productive members of society, but this often comes at the expense of our deeper selves. We disconnect from the raw intuition and instinct, thus become disconnected from life, playing roles we think we should rather than trusting the deeper wisdom that comes within. Artemis's presence in your cards today signifies that you need to return to the wild and a natural part of yourself, the natural part that can never be owned. You may have been acting and making decisions on autopilot rather than focusing on what you need right now in order to restore balance. You may be rather numb and tired, restless, or feeling that there is something missing. There is something missing, you. You probably have been emotionally rooted in the logic of what you can and can't, or should or shouldn't do, to the degree that you are no longer sure of what direction of your life should be. You need to shake up your self-imposed social constraints. Most important, you need to take a risk, whether emotional, mental, physical, or spiritual. You must give up the part of yourself that is not listening to the deeper you. Only when you do that, you can take the steps that will bring you back into alignment with your deeper nature and the part of you that will not be owned. This is a time for releasing external influences and obligations and seeking out the part of your life that is natural and pure, the part of you that is connected to life and that knows what is right for you, the part of you that is not focused on outcomes but on the journey of life. Here you will find all the answers, true wisdom, and joy. So that sounds like a nice card. So that's your reading for July 2022, Taurus. I hope it helped you. It's a general reading, so hopefully most of it jabbed with you, but I can't guarantee it. But I'm so glad you joined anyways.